Hey guys,
Hello world.
welcome back to another episode of We Should Have Recorded That.
So we did.
My name is Jasmine,
It's Sierra.
and this is episode number 9.
Number 9.
Yeah.
Well, here we go.
And you know what's so crazy right now? I was looking at my calendar, and January is basically over.
I know.
So that means Thanksgiving's tomorrow.
You have to stop saying it because I don't think I looked at the world like that until you told me that when we were 16, which was really 2 years ago. But
Yeah, basically.
like,
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
really a long time. I don't know how we got here. We just jumped. It's like a month was a year. Like, crazy. But yeah, I think I told Deanna, I was like, January's almost over. You know, February's gonna be here. Then my birthday's gonna be here.
That's it.
So then your birthday's gonna be here.
Right.
That's
and then
it.
4th of July,
Yeah,
Labor Day,
that's
Christmas.
why we can't keep only thinking about those like big. I mean, I know
true.
it's natural, but we can't keep thinking about those little things because now I'm like, Valentine's Day is coming up.
Right.
Oh, here go a birthday coming up. Like, oh yeah, the whole year's gonna fly by, which is crazy.
Yeah, I will say I think the best thing to do is to enjoy every single moment that you can and live in the present.
Yes,
That's
carpe diem.
exactly.
Guys.
Who's that?
Say
Seize
no,
the day.
Yes,
Okay.
seize the moment.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Cause no, that's really true though. Cause we get so used to like just the mundane, and I do try to make sure like I'm happy during the day.
Right. And that's
Find some happiness somewhere.
awesome. And you know, last week I can actually remember what I did. It was a
Let me
great.
start thinking.
It was a great time. Me and my husband took my younger brothers to Port Discovery. Saying that, you guys know where we live now.
Hey, Baltimore.
Not that it really mattered,
Yeah.
but yeah. So Port Discovery is a children's museum. When we were kids, it was such a great time. Like I can vividly remember times of being there and just the feeling, the smells. Like it was so much fun. It's a little bit different now. But it still was a good time. Me and my husband, we had a great time.
Y'all just enjoy.
Yeah.
We'll take the kids.
We'll take the kids. It was really for us.
guys.
And you know what's crazy? So they offer an adult night. I think on Fridays. Yeah.
That
So
would be lit.
that's what I'm trying to say. So
That
it
would
is
be
for us
fun.
too.
It is, and they know. Because you are still learning. You get to bring out a little inner child. That's a good marketing thing. Let's
No,
bring the
ser-
adults here.
And
Smart.
I'm not gonna get into detail about that, but I've been peeped that.
You've been
Seriously, just because of us being so nostalgic, you know, I
Yeah.
think that is a thing.
It
So
is.
I'll put it out there. Do what you
It's
want
definitely
with it.
our generation. We just love
We
going
love
back
it.
to this childhood thing.
So that's why they have it. But
Yeah,
that means they
it's
listen
smart.
to
I
their
might
customers.
jump on that.
And then we saw Bad Boys. We went to the movies, and I didn't realize the theater that we went to, because before it's upgraded.
They got the nice seats now.
They got the recliner seats.
I can only go to those movie
Well,
theaters
because you
now.
know, when we were living in New Mexico, we were introduced to
Okay.
the recliners, you know, without having to pay like a fee for VIP. So this was just regular seating. And so we like, oh, we can only do this now. So we were like, when we come back home, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
But now I think all of them
Yeah,
upgraded to
most of
recliner
them.
seats, and they have a bar now.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
See,
when
I
did they
haven't
get a
paid
bar?
for food yet. I'm not there
So
yet.
the food, no, this is what you're missing out on. Number
I
one,
know.
we went on Saturday in the morning, paid $5 a person.
Mm.
That's number one. Number two, I was like popcorn. Like they had regular popcorn, like buttered popcorn.
How long has it
caramel.
been since you've been to a movie?
To this theater, a long time.
okay.
But I've been to the movies, but where I went, they only had the buttered popcorn, and the food was expensive.
Can you tell us what movie there was? I mean, like, is it
Yeah.
AMC? Is
Yeah,
it
AMC.
Regal? Oh, yeah, AMC does have the different flavor popcorn.
You know what I'm talking about then. I didn't know they had.
Because, yeah, Cinemark don't have those, but AMC doesn't.
Now.
And I'm like, oh, sound like you
And they
get
didn't-
popcorn.
And they didn't have AMC.
Yeah.
Or I don't think they had AMC in New Mexico.
Okay.
But
No,
it
it
was
is the experience.
perfect.
And now it's like I kind of will pay for some of this stuff because
You
I
will.
want this whole experience.
And outside of that, did you look at the prices?
Yeah.
They're
it's-
not expensive, Sierra.
Okay.
See,
You're
Sierra,
still lying.
no, seriously, they used to be $15.
No, it definitely has
It's
changed.
not that
but it's
expensive.
still $15 for a drink and popcorn. But it's
Well, why
like
am I getting a
it's
drink
a
and
large
popcorn?
popcorn. I need the large popcorn.
Well, that's a lot of money.
But that's what I'm saying. They do have cheaper options. I will give
It
them
is.
that.
And like good
Definitely get a
cheaper,
nice
like,
little morning price.
Cheeseburgers.
Perfect.
They have cheeseburger sliders, chicken sliders.
I only had pretzel bites when we went to
Isn't
the
it-
movies 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh, this is
I
fun.
was amazed. I mean, because when we were in New Mexico, we found a theater called brew house. So obviously they were big on their beers.
Yeah.
But they had the food, so you would go there, you would eat inside the theater. So you can get there like an hour or so before. They even had like a sitting area outside of the actual movie theater, but you could sit in there. They would serve you your food, your drinks and stuff. It was a whole
That's like
show.
how the Cine Bistro is,
Okay.
the Rotunda. You got to go there. I haven't been yet. I bought Diane passes. We were supposed to go,
She
but
had a
it
great
is
time.
really like the whole, like you getting a whole ass meal.
a
and
dinner
wine.
and a movie.
Yeah, dinner and a movie. So it's definitely worth it. I need to remember. We need to go to that. But yeah,
You should go see Bad Boys.
I'm going to see it this week. I was supposed to see it
Great
last
movie.
weekend because I wanted to give them like the opening weekend ratings, but I got caught up.
And I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna give anything away because it was that great.
But it was
so
still a great
good.
movie.
I mean,
Not
but
just
I feel
because
bad
it was
for
like
telling you this though,
Okay.
because I
Maybe
don't.
you shouldn't.
Let me say.
It's like, go ahead.
No, seriously, no, I'm not gonna tell you anything about the movie, but I didn't have any expectations walking into it.
No, yeah, me either. That's why I'm
So,
asking you, like,
okay.
was it
No,
good
it was
because it's
good.
just Bad Boys and they finally making another one, or
No,
it was actually a
just
good
The storyline
movie?
was
good.
good.
I'm excited.
And
then.
I thought it was hilarious. Like they
I'm
were
more
still on
excited.
point with their jokes. Like me and Rich was like, that was really good. Like it was good. He said it was their best one out of all the three that came out.
Snap. I'm really excited then. Because
Yeah,
I've been
it's
waiting for a
long.
long time. So the fact that they actually, I didn't even realize the movie was coming out so soon. 'Cause
Yeah.
They were talking about like over the summer. I had
Right.
no idea it was going to be
That
first of the
fast.
year. It's ready.
Yeah.
So I'm excited then.
It was
Good.
really good.
I'll make sure I see it this week.
Really good. A lot of action. Like great. It was really good. I would see it
ahead, Joe.
again.
Oh, turn up,
Yeah.
Osa and
Martin
Martin. yeah, and Martin. Sorry, guys.
The whack iPhone. Sorry.
Don't hate on But was that it with your week?
Yeah, I mean, and also shout out to T-Mobile
I
for
do still
the
rock with T-Mobile.
$8 Pizza Hut deal. Okay.
Oh, you got T-Mobile Tuesdays?
Yes.
Dang, Deanna
Everybody
be hip to-
has it.
Well, I don't
If you have
know
T-Mobile,
where I
you
have
have
it at. Where's it at?
You
I
download
gotta
the
sign-
app, T-Mobile
See, I don't
Tuesday.
have the app, so
Well,
I
you
don't have
missed out.
anything.
On
Damn it.
Tuesday, they gave away an $8 Pizza Hut deal.
I know you were so
You
happy.
know I was. I was like, well, what's in it? The deal. A large 2-topping pizza, and you can choose the crust. 'Cause I was like, don't make it. I don't want no nasty hand toss. I want the pan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I got the pan, and I did my 2
Who
toppings.
chooses pan over hand toss? But go ahead, Jenna.
Oh, that's
Oh.
very weird, but that's okay.
I like crust.
Okay, and pan is crust. What you talking about?
No, pan is
It's the
not
thick
much crust.
one. It's the best one that they have.
No,
It's not a nasty hand toss like everybody else's pizza. It's a thick crust.
no, that's not the pizza I want. I want
You
the
like the
separation
nasty
of the thin dough in the crust. Pan pizza is like that weird
The
little
thick one.
awkward,
It's
but it's
delicious.
not soft crust. It's like
It's a pan. I don't know
it's
what you want it to
disgusting.
be.
Yeah, why do I want crispy?
I didn't know anybody order anything outside the pan. That's weird. That's number one.
No.
I've never heard of it here. You're the
No.
first person ever in my life.
I'm trying to think of Pizza Hut now, because maybe at Pizza Hut, no, you said, well, Pizza Hut, I literally only get stuffed crust. So again, I had the
That's
nice,
okay. If
nice,
it's gonna have cheese in
yeah,
it, but
yeah,
if
yeah.
it's gonna just be like that without cheese, why would you want to eat that?
No, I believe I always
just
get hand
order
tossed
it.
pizza because
I
I'm
don't
thinking
know,
of
Sierra.
like
That's weird.
Papa John's. It's a hand toss. That's
But
how I
that's
always
Papa
get.
John's
I know, but
pizza,
even
but
going
not
to Pizza Hut,
Pizza
I don't
Hut.
like the
That's
pizza
nasty.
like that because it's weird. Why am I eating a hard crust this whole time?
It's delicious. I'm sorry
Okay.
you're missing out.
Sorry, guys.
But you have then they had the cheesy breadsticks and cinnamon sticks
Okay,
for
that's lit.
$8.
Oh, all of that for $8?
Yes.
Well, why wouldn't you send us a message?
I didn't.
I
I
could
don't
have
remember
been.
you having
It could have been my
T-Mobile.
cheat day.
Maybe it's a sign.
That was a good way to flip that very quickly. Okay, we're gonna take it as that because I'm still on my diet. So okay,
Yeah,
all
there you go.
right.
And you told me if I bring you one
Shut
more cookie.
I did say that. Okay, all
There
right.
it is.
But that is a really
That's a
good deal.
great-
I
you
need
had
to
to
know
get it
stuff
just
like
for-
that.
it's
Just
just
why
$8.
exactly like well,
I
it's
was
a
like,
holiday.
$8? Oh, I gotta get it.
$8 like we all download.
Everybody.
Every Joan pizza.
It was
Joan.
crazy.
Dang, the Cinestics and that's gonna be
Yes.
my next cheat meal. I
And
can't
then
wait.
I
I'm
had
excited.
points. So then Rich wanted the
Turn
wings. So then I got boneless wings for free. Well, you know,
Of course.
through points.
Do some points. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, but
the only
that's
way.
I had a great week. was great.
It's glad to hear. My week, I swear I've been trying to remember the goddamn week before we even started. But I do know I worked. I told you guys I'm doing kicking ass at work, so I'm excited about that. And then I had a long weekend for the holiday. And then I was like teleworking, so I only worked one day since last week, so I'm excited. Yeah, I've been getting my life together too. Like I did some laundry this week, so I be really proud of myself when I do these things. So yeah, I did laundry this week. I meal prepped this week. I kept up with my diet this week. Me and Donovan been really killing it with this gym thing. Like, it's becoming part of our lives. Like we don't know who we are, but
that's
it's
good.
Cool.
I'm very happy.
Yeah, I still see changes in him, so I'm just proud that I'm involved.
Right.
But yeah, it was a good week. I can't complain. And now back at the weekend, so
yeah.
Hopefully I'll have some fun this week. Last weekend I really don't remember what I did. I know we went shopping, but that's about it. I'm
enjoying every freaking moment. I tell you that.
Every moment, guys. All 2020.
All 2020.
For the rest of our lives.
Yeah, for the rest of our lives.
But no, it is cool to really
gotta break it down.
Yeah. All 20, you're not letting. Only good energy, only good times. And yeah, I think it is just looking at stuff differently because at work it's still stressful. So just like a couple episodes when I was talking about it was stressful, it's still like that. But I'm still, the way I'm handling things are like, oh my gosh, I had to send an email to someone today. He just never responds to stuff. So it's your issue. You never respond, sir. I'm just like, why is it okay that you did not respond? And everyone else is just like taking action around you. So I've really had to send like a real ass email like, here go the second issue this week, and I've got no feedback from you. I'm not this man's boss. Remind you guys, not his boss. He's a couple grades older than me, but again, I can ask you because somebody CC'd me, which means it's an issue. Like, so what are you gonna do? I don't believe he's responded, but someone's gonna respond. Oh, he did get this one thing done. I was like, well, again, he didn't close the loop. No one knows.
Right. He's not saying anything.
Again, I can't let it affect me today. But I did send my email. Cursed his little ass out and CC'd a couple people. So.
Well, that's the first step because I think sometimes what happens is some people are just used to doing things how they were doing it, and no one's ever told them about themselves, so they never thought it was an issue.
Exactly. Somebody said I had telework fingers because I was just like home just sending emails. Like, oh yeah, I can't say this in person, but here I go.
Yeah.
In this email telling you about yourself. So
yeah. That is. That's funny.
things are cool.
You know what also I learned this past week? I don't know if you already knew this, but with Martin Luther King's day being on Monday, I've seen a lot of people for whatever reason posting that, you know, he was killed by the government, that he didn't die when he was shot.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And they
said he died in a hospital.
He died in a hospital, but they trying to say that the government. I didn't do no research on it, but go ahead, you know.
Just because I don't know as much because I didn't do my own research, but that's so funny because yesterday me and my boss was walking to a meeting and we was talking about like the weekend, and I was like, I didn't do anything like extra special for Martin Luther King Day, but I would still love people. And he was like, well, he had learned this fact too. He's brought up the fact that they don't believe that he died when he was shot. He died later on at the hospital. And they said that it's some tapes of Martin Luther King talking about him changing his stance on that he didn't. So I did hear that before, that he didn't want to keep moving with the whole equality thing because he was realizing that it wasn't working. So since they said like the last 2 years of his life, that was his new rhetoric. Right. So he knew that the government was going to come for him. Right. So I was like, saw some of the clips, but when he was explaining, I was like, yeah, I saw that on social media. I haven't looked into it myself, but I mean, I definitely could believe that. If you have a whole FBI file, the government is obviously watching you. Yeah. So enough said. That was enough.
And I want to say to the point where, like it went to trial and everything, and his death was
ruled by the government.
It wasn't. He didn't die from a gunshot wound. Please don't quote me. Lord. But like from suffocation. Like it's a real thing. Like it went to court and everything. Like it's.
Oh, we gotta look.
As I said, I gotta look it up. And what he could have been talking about, as far as like his rhetoric. People were talking about this one particular speech called "The Other America" that he gave, and I watched it, but I didn't finish listening to it. I need to be in a different headspace when I'm listening to that. It's like 45 minutes long, but and I know we weren't planning on talking about this, but it is really interesting how we know why they do it, but it's just like, when is somebody going to wake up? Like, when is a parent going to say, I can't send you to school? Because there's really no point.
Yeah.
How dare you tell me what to learn? Like, the fact that they want you to focus on, I have a dream speech. You paint him to be angelic, Malcolm X, demonic, the opposite, you know? Sure. And it's just like, what was happening was they were about to band together. But you didn't want to tell us that. You didn't want us to know that
damn black people's gonna be united.
You know what I'm trying to say? And then that I'm not gonna say, man. All right, well, this is how I really feel. Okay. Because I'm just like,
she scared me, guys.
There's nothing to really do with equality, but okay. So for me, I've always felt like this for a very long time. I would say mostly around like a teenage age. I never understood why black people in particular, because I'm black, I only know my experience. I don't know why we integrated with white people. And I say white people because that was the majority, and that's what, if you want to talk about school, that's who they said we were against. And we can go deeper, but I'm talking about race. So black people were doing great by ourselves. We were actually building real communities. Like, we had our own money. You know, so nowadays they say that the black dollar stays in the community for a few hours.
No, it's like, I don't even think it's minutes anymore.
So I'm saying, but at one point in time, we kept the money in our community. We were able to grow. We had our own doctors. We were already great. And then for them to say, and them, I mean the government officials and whoever made the decision, and we know why they did it. I mean, to keep us down, because they already did come in and try to destroy our they didn't try, they destroyed our neighborhoods.
They were successful.
It's craziness. So it's just like, for me, I just never understood why we did it in the first. I can understand it, but not really.
Yeah, and we've had conversations like this before, and it definitely opened my eyes, because I'm like, of course, initially as a child, I'm just like, oh no, if you got to choose Malcolm X or Martin Luther King Jr., I'm choosing Martin Luther King Jr. because I'm like, oh, he's peaceful. We just want to be equal. You know, that's where my mind went. And I think I can understand that intention, because got to remember, we weren't equal. Like, the laws literally said that we were not equal. So it's unfortunate that in order for us to explain that we just want to be measured the same as these people, we had to join their worlds and let go of ours. But it's because when you saw the water fountains, ours was worse. So it's like, it's better to not have our own. Like, we need to join this better than to just have to be equal. So that's where it stemmed from. Instead of us trying to hold on to what it would have got better. Yeah, to come from slavery didn't have, communities, neighborhoods, businesses that were flourishing. That's the only reason they let us do the door, though, because they could see that we could do it. They saw that we were already hardworking, we were already strong. Then the fact that we literally were self-sufficient from them with nothing, no land, no means, no money, and we were able to build on our own. That was more dangerous than them looking at us as equal people. Which is really sick, but if we just notice these things, it's like, it's always been there. When you brought up the issue about school, like, when are we going to realize, like, we don't have to? I think it's really coming, which is the craziest thing. That's why I'm like, they probably are about to get rid of student loans, because they need us to keep learning this history. Like, when we keep educating ourselves with too much other stuff, it's like, you can't be controlled. And that's what, honestly, Beyonce and them are proving when they're billionaires now. Like, these billionaires, these homegrown billionaires from nothing, they're proving that, no, we got these. Black people are just amazing. We love everyone, but black people, they just showing you, like, our tenacity and the fact that we can keep rebuilding. Because I also heard a quote, it was all revolved around the Martin Luther King memes, and they were saying that it was like the 150th anniversary of when black men were able to vote this year. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. I had no idea that they were voting like just that much longer than women, period. Like, for us, we probably had 80 years. I think it was like 1919 or something, so maybe almost 100 years. But I know it was early 1900s when women were able to vote, which means when white women were able to vote as well. So the fact that black men just did for so long have, it's some stuff to think about. That's why Martin Luther King, he really, if he was alive even another year, we could be in a whole nother place.
And they knew that.
They knew it.
They knew that. That's the thing, and that's what's so crazy. Like, It's
just kind of sad
wild.
that we haven't had another one of him yet, though. Which
but
kind of
that's on purpose. Now, like I said, I don't want to get too deep.
Yeah, not too deep.
Again, and that's why I'm like, did I have a lot of time on my hands when I was younger? Like, why did I think
about
these things? But I used to think that
stuff
was like
being forced down your throat, and it's like, well,
reality television started coming.
Yeah,
in,
let me think
interrupting my
about
thoughts because I'm obsessed with it now.
Yeah,
but seriously, like I used to think like, why hasn't there ever been another one? And you can't argue about this and that, but ain't nobody moving like Malcolm X or
Dr. nobody.
Martin
And it's
Luther
a
King.
lot. And I wonder. Yeah, we are going on a tangent on this subject,
right.
But no, it's cool. I just wonder because it is a lot of people who are vocal, who are doing the work, like the philanthropy to try to get the voice out. But I wonder, is it because that we don't really have like a black voice directly? Like we have Black Lives Matter, and that's literally the only. I can't say it. I'm sure I'm probably wrong, but that's like the biggest thing that we know, like a black initiative.
Okay.
Because any other space, we have to keep saying people of color or include all of these other groups. So maybe because no one is like specifically saying we need a goddamn black agenda. Where is our group chat at?
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's gonna be somebody with some serious marketing skills. That's the only way you're gonna be able to do it in this day and age. There's too many opinions out here. So I never forget that years ago, it was. I might not remember the hashtag, but the fact that the dude created that whole movement, the what's his name, Cody or Kadot?
Define that person.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
yeah. And it was like I remember you made me watch that.
That was crazy.
Define some like
I don't remember the
warlord.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
they was like, we're gonna make him famous, so that's how we'll find him. Yeah, it did become really.
So I'm
big
thinking like something not that, but that what's the word I want to use? Like that blueprint. Like you want to follow something along the lines of that for the next leader. Like, but then again, that seems disingenuous. Is that a word? I hope it's a word.
It's a word.
Okay, it spells very long.
Disingenuous. Yes, you got it. Big word today. Go ahead. He knows in it.
And but yeah, so I don't think that I'm not gonna say there can never be a person. It would be hard for a person.
Yeah, it would be. It's just gonna be hard because I think it's hard for us. Anytime we bring up just race, people don't want to hear it anymore. But we have a lot of things that are still affecting us as a race. So
you know what? And I'm gonna write down right now. I'm gonna research. That's gonna be my homework because Black History Month is coming up. I need to be more responsible in general.
I said I wanted to do something for Black History Month.
But I'm gonna start researching this stuff because it's just like how much stuff don't I know?
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. All right. We just sit here thinking about it because it's like, I know I'm supposed to be doing all these other things with my time, but we are stuck on reality TV and social media. But I really do like the people who create the informative media, the informative memes, because I'm like, I'm learning. But I definitely should start paying more attention to some things. Yeah. Just because, like, even when we were talking about the presidential race, I don't even know who I'm going to vote for anymore. All the black folk gone. Oh, so it's like, we're going to have to do real ass research to find.
Put that in my calendar.
And I need all black people. We got to start the group chat. Do you remember when that message that came out telling us like to not shop on a day? It was like a couple years ago.
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
And they was telling us like we not shopping.
Yeah, people shopping.
Yeah, people would stop. But I'm just like, y'all, we almost had an underground railroad. Like we almost need that to kind of get some shit together. And think about how many. We know how to use social media. Think about how many people you can.
Right. I agree with you saying, and I just think. I can't tell you what the difference is. Maybe people back then were so close to slavery that they were like,
they had to.
Back.
Like they knew we couldn't continue to live like that.
They like we
right
can't
now.
Do it.
It is ways for us to maneuver and make it and be successful and to still be happy. Like we have a lot of we get to live the life that other people live. But we do know that there are still systematic things that are keeping like the majority of us back. Right. And we need to remember that shit.
Maybe that's the part they need to
start with.
Yeah, X the slavery out of the textbooks at this point.
Yeah.
But have a little section or something.
And it definitely needs to be
we all know, but let's talk about what's going on currently.
Yeah, like what happened in the last 50 years, 100 years. We've been talking. They stopped at like where they stopped the Harlem Renaissance, and they just like, that's it.
That's
done.
all you guys got.
Nothing else happened.
No other Black history?
No other Black history.
It's actually ticking me off.
Yeah, I used to hate Black History Month.
I think I remember that, you not liking it, but...
You know, I realized why last aside. I was on Instagram and I saw, his name is Deejman, the man who played in Amistad. You remember that slavery movie?
I remember the movie, yeah.
So he was Kamora Simmons' ex-husband. He's
okay.
dark, really dark.
Him. Okay.
Yes, love him. I was like, oh my gosh, he looks great. He's getting old, but he looks great. And I told Deanna, here I go start looking him up, get my information on him. I said, oh my gosh, Amistad came out in like 1996, 97. We would have been 5 or 6 years old. I was like, I was too young to be watching that.
I didn't never watch it.
I went to the movies and saw it. I remember this, and I'm sitting there like, this is some shit. And that's probably why I hated Black History, because you know they would roll that little TV card out with these sad slave movies, and I'm like, why do I need to see this? I swear my whole mood would change for the entire month. I'm like, probably just sad just seeing this shit as a kid. And I couldn't get past it. Like, how are we just acting like this shit ain't happening? Like, you making me watch this? It's crazy. But yeah, so we're gonna do better as a collective, Black people.
Yeah.
2020.
No, it's not even almost funny, because like you talk about what's not funny. That's not funny.
It's not funny at all.
Like it's sad. But I gotta start with myself.
And then you see a path for yourself to making them successful. We see successful people around us, so it's easy for us to forget about a lot of the change that still needs to happen.
Right. And yeah, so.
But we woke again. # woke.
Yeah, and you know what? So just moving on. It's not necessarily lighter, but it's definitely a lighter note.
Actually, kind of blend. It actually works here.
Well, let's see how it goes. So, Monique is on. She has her. Okay, let me start over. Okay, Monique has her own special.
Yes, comedy special.
Comedy special on Showtime.
Yeah,
it is, and it's great. It's great news, because I think years ago now, Netflix, she was trying to work out a deal with Netflix, and I'm not going to even get into all this. She was saying racist.
Yeah, she just thought she deserved more than what the contract was a little heavy. She thought she deserved more from what they were even offering to kind of own her material and her jokes.
Right.
So she walked away from Netflix.
Right, okay.
And then she asked us to walk away.
Yes. Oh my God, how do we forget?
She asked us, what'd she say?
Hey, my
children.
loves.
Hey, my love. Now we your loves. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Monique. Ain't seen you in a couple of years. What's going on? Yeah. Y'all need to let Netflix know, huh? That's like asking us to let go Amazon. It's not happening right now. No, you got to give us a second to just enjoy it for a second. No. And then maybe
come back with better bullet points.
You're gonna be woke in a couple of years. Yeah, I need a little bit more, because once we did hear the different stories of Monique, we could agree with her that it was a little bit of the man just putting that foot down, like, no, we don't think you're worth this at this moment. I do think it was some racism into it, because she had her facts. Like, she showed them offer people of different races, of another gender, way more money. And to me, I would give Monique money to see her. I thought that's funny. They offered, I think, Amy Schumer. Well, she had a similar issue. She's a white woman, Amy Schumer. Her issue was that she wasn't offered what a man was offered, period. And they ended up meeting her, giving her what she wanted. Monique, her offer was literally like 10 times left, pennies towards what Amy Schumer got in full for, and they just was like, oh, not budging. That's it. Like, if you don't want it, you can leave the offer. So she did leave the offer, and now she does have a special coming out on Showtime. Right. But once we did a little bit of research today,
we found that she actually is basically hosting
it. She's like the special, the open mic,
and introducing, I'm assuming, old and new comics.
Yeah.
So it's just like, she must be happy about it because she's doing it.
Yeah, because I'm sure she probably feel like she got some control over it. Right. Maybe they probably paid her what what Netflix was paying her. And she don't, it's not a whole hour special where it's all of her material. I'm sure it was beneficial for her. Right. And I was happy when I heard the news that she was getting a special. So.
And she's probably producing it too.
Yeah, I'm sure and hopefully.
And that's money.
Get some money. So it's a good opportunity for her. Right. But we just thought it would be a good conversation because, again, this media and this role and these people at the top who just kind of making these decisions. And again, we're just supposed to kind of forget
accept it.
Yeah, just accept it. Forget what it's based on. Like, because they were trying to explain to her, well, you haven't been out in a while. People aren't familiar with your content, but it's not true. Like, people know Monique. She's an Oscar winner actress. So even if you don't know her comedy, you know some of the talent. Just like, who else came out? Who came back last year? What's his name?
Somebody came out besides
It was
Kevin
a
Hart?
guy. No, it was a comedy. No, it was an older man. He had a show. You know who I'm talking about.
Mike Epps?
Jasmine, not Mike Epps. No, he came back and he did a Netflix special.
I don't know.
You remember
There's a lot of
people.
Show? Marlon?
No. I'll figure it out. But they just had faith that he would come back. His comeback would be crazy.
Okay.
For Monique, I feel like they're saying that they don't think that audience know her and will watch the special, so they didn't have the faith that her comeback will be as successful.
You know, and I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, people definitely do know Monique, and Monique is just like, you have a great resume, because that was her argument. They was like, you know, you had to have this long resume. Within the past 2 years, Monique. That's what they meant to say.
But isn't that what makes her a legend?
Yeah. So and that was the argument too. That Monique's a legend, so we know she is funny. But
it's Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle. Oh wow.
Yes.
I don't know why
Dave
they didn't
Chappelle. And that's what I said. Everyone knows he was funny as shit. He's literally been gone forever.
Yeah.
And they just like, oh no, this comeback is gonna be crazy. We support that.
Right.
And it's like, I can get it because Dave Chappelle was funny as hell. But why couldn't it be just a little bit of the angst for Monique? A little bit.
Because she's not the same person. That's the whole. He had a whole show on comedy.
Had multiple shows.
She did say, but and I'm not going to say she did it then. But was she writing the material? Like it's a lot that goes into it that we know that he was doing. So I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I can understand where they were coming from. I mean, I see why she's upset
I definitely can get both sides. But my thing is that again, that's why. Maybe it's another topic. That's why they need a little bit of diversity, because a black person being in that room could have been like, oh no, this is somebody that we can almost vouch for.
Right.
To where that we would be okay to giving her the special, giving her a little bit more just to secure. Right. Just to secure her, because I feel like she is a comedic legend at this point. Like she had shows, she's done it. She's took comedy to different mediums. Remember Charm School?
Yeah.
Like
that was
hilarious.
Great.
Like she on reality TV.
Right.
She had sitcoms. She did stand-up. She did comic view. Yeah. She did movies. Like she's done everything. So if you were actually looking at her resume, you would be like, okay, maybe they just didn't like her jokes.
I think
her like actual stand-up funny. Like it's not politically correct, obviously, because she made a whole bunch of like fat jokes and black jokes and stuff like that. But that's what I was thinking. But Dave Chappelle says whatever he wants to say out of his mouth. So I don't know. Maybe she just had bad management and just couldn't close the deal. I don't know. But
I mean, it's sad. It's definitely a sad part of our world that we live in.
Yeah, because it's still happening. But I feel like her special now is kind of like what Nene is doing with her little Girls Night Out tour, where she's kind of like the host. Yeah. Say a couple little jokes in the beginning and then just pass the baton on to other people.
Right.
So we'll see. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a reason to not watch it.
I mean, I'm not excited about it. That's the thing. That's probably what Netflix was like. I don't know if people going to be jumping to watch this. But now I am, because of this whole Netflix issue. Right. So I'm going to make sure I watch it when it first comes out.
That's the biggest part of it all. And
we can support her a little bit.
I'll take a look at it when it comes out.
I don't. Jess is not watching it. I'll take a look at it,
Yeah, when it comes out.
Just add it to your favorite Jasmine. So it's just there, and then you can watch it.
You don't want to be added to my favorite list. I never go back. Like,
no, I always go back, because especially on Netflix, I forget everything I want to watch, and I'm like, thank you for telling me like that I wanted to watch this.
Right.
So I'll go back and watch. But what else has been going on?
And then you brought up Nene.
Yes. Yeah. Nene.
So Nene and Wendy Williams are hot topics this week.
No, to Wendy.
Right. They're hot topics this week because Wendy Williams announced on her own platform, The Wendy Williams Show, that Nene Leakes was leaving the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Keep in mind, Nene texted her this information. Also keep in mind that they had a falling out years ago. And they rekindled their friendship after Wendy got into, after she was
life issues,
divorcing her husband. So now they're cool. They're cool again. And so, and Wendy did say on television, Nene, we didn't talk about it. I got your text, so I didn't get a chance to call you back. And
So I'm going to just tell the world.
I'm just going to tell the world this information. And, you guys will really feel bad and sorry for Nene if you knew what she was going through. And it's just like, sis.
So one thing I will say, because Wendy is super candid, so her saying that she could have thought the outcome would be a little different, but you as an adult in the industry should still know, like, I'm not going to air this on my public forum because I haven't even spoken to you. I know the repercussions for you could be you losing your job or walking away from your job. But the way you're explaining it, I can see her saying, like, trying to take it for a friend, because that may be the best way she could do it.
Yeah. And I agree, and I think it could have been that. The biggest thing is to say, she's leaving the show. Yeah, you can't. Whoa, let's not start with that. I didn't say. She could have said everything else.
I think she's done, guys. Like, I think she had. She's leaving the damn show.
And she has said things like that.
Yeah, she know that's what's going to be the storyline too. So again, it's like, I keep wanting to feel for Wendy, and just because the show be funny sometimes. I like when her real personality comes out, but she keep going back to this little pettiness. It's a lot.
I think for anybody whose talent is, I'm not going to tell her talent is gospel, because that's really not the case. She's a businesswoman. Yeah. But if her main bread and butter is to talk about other people's business, what can she really? That's a hard thin line. And she tells people, like, we're friends, but this is my job.
I gotta ask. Like, yeah, that's true.
But not private conversation. What did Nene say? How did she respond? She said, "Who said that?"
Oh yeah, yeah. Who said that? Because it's like, how are you just releasing this? And I felt bad again because remember, Portia released Nene private text. Like, they arguing. Now I'm gonna show them the real you, and it's like, whoa, like, when is the line too far? When does girl code come into play? Because we talk a lot about a lot.
We do. We do.
It's like, but you should just know some things should be a little off limits, especially like me and my job. Please don't tell my boss, yeah, she hates this job. Like, don't do that. Don't do that.
I never understood that whole. Now this is a little bit different for Nene and Wendy. They're friends, and that's even worse.
That's
the fact
why it's
that
worse to me.
We're friends and you are telling my business, like, that's crazy.
So say Portia was the one who released it. I can understand Wendy feeling she had to talk about it on the show.
Then
I cannot understand you saying, "Oh, my friend is so upset."
Right.
She's leaving the damn show yet. No, don't.
Breaking news.
Breaking news, because that has literally been the breaking news. Like, Diane looked up from her computer. Nene leaving Housewives. Wendy said it. Must be true. It's like, that's the world we live in now.
It's really sad. And then, with Portia doing what she did with Nene, that's a perfect example of girl code. I think that's deeper than, let me not say it's deeper than being friends, because it's not, but it's deep.
It just shows the friendship a little bit.
Exactly.
Like, especially when you got
what it really was about.
What it really was about, yeah. Because if you just waiting to hear my story and to pass it on, now we're not friends. It's like, okay, now I know. Thank you. And even that it definitely shows. It's telling. It's really telling.
And that's why I think it's. I've stopped being friends with people. I've never talked about any of their private business though. It's like, it's just. I don't know. It's not in me to do that.
Yeah, and honestly, it's not my business anymore. Like, I just be so ready to just leave it alone. Like, I don't even gotta worry about it no more. Like, that's cool. Like, I done forgot now. Like, because you know how, like, we'll have conversations, things will come up, and I'm like, oh, well, this story happened with somebody I know. I'm not gossiping about you, okay? That's completely different.
And everyone knows
you will, yes. Like, all girls know that.
Yeah, all girls know.
Like,
that is part of girl code.
I may rephrase the story just to comprehend it, but I'm not, we're not doing it. That's girl code.
Right.
But when it comes to now, it's public, especially even social media, even if you're trying to subtweet me, don't be subtweeting me about my goddamn business because it's not okay.
It's not okay at all. I don't respect anybody who does stuff like that, because I just don't get it, because like we said earlier, were we ever friends? Like, I'm just confused. Like, why did I not mean nothing to you at all?
I'm wondering now. Can I call you at this point?
Right. It doesn't make any sense.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah, tell him.
Yeah, and that's somebody you can't trust. So if you hear the story that way, you can't trust that person. Because just know they done told your story in the wrong way. Right. They using it against you because yeah. We can't
Exactly. I will say I have maybe reiterated the story, and I've been doing this again for years. Like I really do my best to tell all of what I did and what that person did if I'm retelling the story. And then it's really, but that's still involving me.
Yeah.
I'm not going back having a tea party about
let me tell
else.
you this. No, this is me trying to figure out my own shit. And now help me work through it because I only know my side and what happened. But I'm going to explain it. I'm going to definitely set it up nice.
Right.
But I'm not going to go back and
Yeah, no, that's completely out of order. I'm not down for that. And, kind of going back to that Portia and Nene scenario, because Nene was going in on Portia.
That's why
Nene,
Portia was like, and that's why. So it's like, well, damn. So you even texted me that, and that's what I needed her to understand. Because she brought it up again when she released. That was a mess. Okay, she said like carrying a buffalo.
Yeah,
she said
I'm pregnant.
Nene was going in on her, and it's just like, we can have an argument, yes.
Right.
I don't have to release any messages, but the way you coming at me, you were never a friend. And at this point, I have to understand Portia just, I have to expose you. Like, don't say that I'm hurting you, you playing victim, and this is how you speaking to me.
Right.
This is your real thoughts.
This is your character.
So yeah, that's another layer.
That is another layer.
Of girl code.
Right.
It's like, nah, I won't let you paint a new story of me.
Right.
That's where it's going to stop.
Right.
So I can explain some stuff now, but
Control the narrative.
Yeah, I gotta control. Just know, because that's how I'm living. Like, that's the rules of my life. Like, this is why I'm responding this way. So you need to know why I've chosen to move this way. So Portia saying, y'all gotta see these messages because
this is why
I ain't getting this girl. I've been telling this girl I love her. I want to be her friend, and you talking about my baby, and my family, and me, and I'm fat, and it's like, why are you being like, that was like a Marlo move. You're just trying to be nasty, just trying to be me. You don't have any realness to it. You're just looking for shit to say, and it's like, why you want to be so hurtful with me? I don't got time.
And that's because Nene got deeper issues.
And that's what Wendy, I think she got some deeper shit too.
Well, I need to hear it.
Spill it. No, I just think she's just going through a lot. And honestly, I think for her, she just don't know how to handle stuff. I can see Wendy not having any real friends.
Right.
So the fact that I just opened up my hands like, matter of factly. Like, I can see that being the case. So she really don't know how to respond. And maybe she just opened her mouth and it just like, just kept funneling out.
Yeah, that makes sense too. Her intentions might have been good.
Her intentions, probably were good, but you still have to know the business that y'all in. So that's why it's like, what else did we talk about today? We talked about Angela Yee and Charlamagne. It's just like, I can understand you doing something that hurt me. Like, that was the
we
fact,
gotta get
like, it hurt
background
me.
On that one, though.
Yeah, you can explain. Those are your people.
Okay, so basically, we were talking offline about the Breakfast Club. You have DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee. So recently, so let me kind of backtrack a little bit. Not this recent. The incident was recent, but a while back, Gucci Mane came on the show, and he was just saying how Angela Yee was trying to get at him, trying to see him at his hotel years ago while she was on lip service with Sirius XM. And she's like, no, it wasn't me. You talking about somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't.
I didn't move like that.
Yeah. And he's like, no, it was definitely you. So he's just like basically saying she's a liar. He came back and he knew for sure it was her this time, I want to say. And I could have my stories mixed up, but I don't think I do. So, she's just like, why are you making this up? And later on, I guess there might have been some beef on Twitter, not with her, but him just saying whatever. He's like, making it a whole spectacle and a scene. Now. And so she was embarrassed, obviously, and then he apologized behind the scenes through a person, and she's like, if he really wants to apologize, he needs to do it publicly. And he said,
that's
well,
the world we live in now. Yeah, now I'm a bitch.
Yeah. And so he didn't do it, and then that became a thing for her. And so then she had to report on that on her own show, because she had to set the record straight about what really was going on, because he just was like going off on her. And she's like, this is why he's acting like that. Charlamagne, her co-host,
and friend.
And Charlamagne, her co-host.
They definitely.
Hey, we're going to talk about it because you know how I feel.
Okay, let's go.
So, Charlamagne, her co-host. I don't know if they were all set to interview Gucci Mane together, or whatever the case was, but Charlamagne ended up doing it on his own, and he might have did it on a different platform. Because I don't remember it being through the Breakfast Club. I don't remember that being advertised. I don't think they would ever do that without all three of them being there. So he asked about the situation with Angela Yee, and then I think he was trying to say, like, do you feel like you should apologize or something like that? And of course he's like, no, F that B again. Yeah. And, you know, Charlamagne, he did try to make light of it, but it ended up not being good because Angela was ticked off to the point where she didn't even record in studio with him. She did her own separate interviews about it, about how she felt. She did say that she thought, you know, they were friends. She did say that.
Because I'm just I love this. That's the next topic. We're going to talk about friends. Okay. But even if they were just co-workers, she probably still had a respect for him. She probably still thought that he wouldn't allow something like that to happen. Insert Nene and Wendy. Like, we're talking about something, but you know it can become a story. That's the industry that they're in. So him even bringing it up, thinking he was going to do her some good to get her apology, that shit should have never aired, where it created a whole nother story.
Right.
I told you, that's when I started looking into it once it became a story again. So it's like, as my friend, you shouldn't allow that to happen. You even sitting down with him. I'm not saying we going to ban Gucci Mane, but it's like, don't let the conversation come about me unless it's going to clear this up, because it didn't clear anything up.
Right.
So as a friend, I'm sure she was hurt, and that's why she decided, you know what, I'm not going to record with you. I'm going to take my talents over here.
Right.
And I can understand that.
And I can too. And before I say my point, I'm glad you mentioned ban Gucci Mane, because that was what he was saying, that he was banned from the Breakfast Club. And she had to go and say, we're not banning him. I just didn't want to be present if you weren't going to publicly apologize. That's how it all unfolded.
Got it. So that's why Charlamagne is doing the interview by himself.
Yes, exactly. So this is why all of this has taken place. How I feel about the situation, I can't tell somebody someone's not their friend, but I have seen situations.
Was it personal situations?
Not for me. I've just seen people in real life,
and they not friends.
Thinking somebody's their friend, and they're really not. So when someone does something like that, I would assume y'all really weren't friends.
Because it's that bad that you're like, that person can't hold you to a level of a friend because,
that person was never your friend.
But it's not me, it's not Angela Yee for thinking that they friends.
Maybe.
See, that Jasmine love to victim blame.
People, no, because let's change the narrative here. Let's not say victim blame. Let's say accountability, because I'm very big on that.
Okay.
So
accountability.
I just feel like I'm not going to say you can't think somebody's your friend, but for real, like, for you to do something like that hurts me, and it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt me. I don't think you were my friend. I don't.
Guys, this is the point in the show where I have to just jump off, the screen, and here go another scenario. Jasmine, again, you thinking about this accountability issue is still directed towards the wrong person. That's like a husband and wife cheating. You can't say, well, did he love her? Like, it's not her fault. I'm in a marriage. I thought he loved me. Why are we questioning, did he really love me? Like, obviously, he's showing me that he's trash. But again,
I get what you're trying to say.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know what it is? You know what it is? It's just...
You like, wow, no, they did that. They were never your friend. It's like, okay. But I didn't know.
I go like, for me, it's sequence of events.
Okay.
So... I don't know what else really to say in this case. So for her, it's just like,
friends.
Yeah, that's the point. Like, maybe y'all were never friends and this would have never happened.
Okay, so we are acknowledging that it wasn't cool, but you just think like, again, y'all just wasn't really friends. So that's why it happened.
It happened anyway.
You maybe shouldn't have as much expectations for him. Okay. And that's how Jason lives.
And then it could be weird for them because they are in the entertainment industry, and that might be a very thin line.
People out.
And I understand y'all going on outings and stuff, but it's just like, I don't know. I just feel
you gotta have some loyalty somewhere though. So even if they were co-workers for 8 years, you gotta have some loyalty. And again, we not banning them from the station, but on this here show, we gonna have some loyalty. And even if he comes the questions. We can control that. Like, it got to be some loyalty somewhere. And if we've been working together for 10 years, I expect you to have some goddamn loyalty. Let somebody throw me under a bus. I'm going to look at them like they crazy. You better go offline.
Look at them like that.
No, because I'm going to be like, yeah, I expected more from you. How do you feel now?
Because
I expected more.
Because they did it.
It's craziness.
That's how
accountability.
I feel.
And Charlamagne needs to take it. And he loves to like do these fake apologies now. And I don't even believe him anymore. To where he said, "Oh, I'm having this moment of clarity. I apologize." Do you?
Yeah.
Pull the interview down. I remember him. I remember him. I know I watched a clip on his channel on Instagram where him saying like, "Look at the article because it's not like about this," and and I was like, okay. But you still know the end result is what it's doing to this girl. You know it. He just thinks it's probably so funny and it's not as big of a deal. And that's not okay.
I don't think he thinks it's funny. I don't think he thought it was going to turn out the way it did. I don't think he ever expected him to respond like that. He probably thought it was going to be
edited.
I didn't say he had control of the editing.
I mean, that's
he probably was like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
Dang.
And they probably, whoever in charge of was like, this is gold.
We're gonna keep it.
And gotta use it.
Charlamagne probably said, like, please don't use it. No, we're gonna use it.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if Charlamagne begged.
He might have. I think he
can see him probably saying, yeah, we're gonna have to cut this out. And they probably did think like, no, this is gonna be a story. Do you know how many views we're gonna get on this? You know how much people gonna be talking about it? That's exactly what happened. And I understand because Charlamagne is not a part of the girl code. Like, I get it.
He's not a part of the girl code.
He's not a part of it.
And you know what? And then when you think about it, and Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, they were on the show promoting Bad Boys.
Okay.
And Will Smith, I think he said, I'm gonna say I don't think, I know, he said he watched the show a lot. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because a lot of people gravitate towards Charlamagne.
Yeah,
and
he's like the character on the show. Yeah.
But what Will Smith noticed, and one reason why I think I've always liked Charlamagne, I thought he was funny at first, because he was ruthless back in the day. Like, he was disgusting. They probably deleted all the videos on YouTube. So you probably can't even look it up now. He went in on people, and I mean, it was disgusting.
I don't know why he had that power, but
he did. People let him say whatever he want. And then he grew, and I watched his growth. And, I read some of his books, one of his books, and Will Smith was just like, I'm paraphrasing. It was deep. Everybody should go watch that. Interview was great, but he was basically saying like, he said, it comes to a point where through childhood trauma and all this stuff, you have a character that fights for you every day. And he said like part of the reason when he turned 50, he jumped out of the plane because he said he no longer wanted to have his character live for him. He wanted to be who he is, not what people think he should be, how he should be, or whatever. Like, he wants to be himself. And he basically was making a point to Charlamagne, like, I know how you are, and I can see what you're doing. He said, but what I want you to know is that you don't have to do that no more.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the video.
It was really good.
I heard he dropped a lot of gems.
He was killing it. It was just, I've been meaning to go back and watch
I'm gonna watch
it just because he was saying a lot of stuff, but for the Charlamagne point. So in real life, I'm pretty sure he's a good person. And so I ain't gonna drag Angela. I never liked Angela. We could say that.
There we go.
I never did. I always thought she was fake and phony.
Okay.
So I think it's interesting. Yeah, I did. I follow her career too.
She's so real to me.
I follow the girl career.
I don't, so
okay. So fake and phony, that's what I get, and it's okay. So and it could be biased. Now that I think about it, because to me, Charlamagne seems more authentic. She doesn't.
Because he says what he wanted to say. He's authentic.
I'm trying to tell you. I watched him from the beginning, and I said he was ruthless. I said I watched his growth. I brought up Will Smith because him too can see that he's a good person. You aren't even that character. You don't have to be that. That's how I feel too. So when the cameras are off, do you think he act like that in front of her and to her? No.
Who's fake and phony then, Jasmine? That's all I'm saying.
See, this called entertainment. When the camera's
so
on,
now it's entertainment, but I can see through your fake and phony. But he's just performing for us.
So he's just putting on a performance. But I'm just saying, when it comes down to their friendship, cameras off, she knows who he really is. So it's, again, going down to maybe intent. Angela, did he intend to do that to hurt you as a friend? No.
Let's bring it back. Wendy Williams, did she intend to hurt? No.
Probably not.
But we can still understand the end result. We're back at this thing. Like, I love intent. Because I really do think that's how we got to live, because we can't constantly think about, everything and how everyone's going to take it.
It's a lot.
It is a lot because that's how I used to work.
My
like
goodness.
that's my mindset. I always thought like that. So now I am like, okay, intent got to mean something. What I actually say and do have to mean something as well, though. And Charlamagne letting it happen, it's not okay. Wendy Williams, again, her intent probably was to get people to feel sorry for Nene, to see what Nene was going through, to help understand like who Nene is. It's not working. Okay. So again, like, friend, I understand what you were trying to do, and I can be an adult and try to understand that too. But especially in this here social media world, this public world, it's got to be bigger than that. Like, and that's what Wendy is going to realize. That's what I hope Charlamagne realized too. Like, you can't just leave it as what my intentions was. Like, come on.
I mean, I'm just very much paraphrasing that whole thing.
But I'm sure he could have apologized a million times. But again, he still wanted to leave it as like, you knew what my intentions were.
That's how I feel, and I think that's how I operate in life. And it's just, that's how I can forgive people so fast. Like, it's just, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm not going to say that it's easy. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that
that's how you can move on. That's how you can process
move forward. Because it's just like, if I sit there and try to think that person really, if they said it, but my thing, there's also intuition as well, which is different. But for the most part, I go off what people say, and I mean, obviously your actions too, but that's from years of me watching and knowing you. So this one thing that seemed off, it's just like, okay, I know I've seen how you roll before, but whatever. So it can't happen again because I'll never forget it. So that's just how I operate and move forward. So if he had a pattern, that's the word I was looking for. If he had a pattern of doing stuff like this, I can completely understand. She can have, let me say this, she can have an attitude. Like I told you offline. She can have an attitude for a few days.
Okay.
But if it was not intentional, but if it was intentional, I can see why she's upset, but it's just like, come on now, given the history, do you really think he meant for that to happen? Because I think he really was trying to get an apology from the dude for you, and he had no idea that he was going to say that. He had no idea that was going to come out of his mouth. So
I hear you. I mean, I'm going to take it again. You got me trying to learn. I'm gonna try. I don't know how far I'm gonna get, but I can continue to try.
Why be mad over something that somebody said is not true?
Yeah, but your actions.
But I told you, you got to, so go off a pattern. Think about how they always have been in the past. And then currently where you're at, you're trying to make a decision. Say, does that align with who that person truly is? Like, does it fall, is it like a little out of that pattern, a lot out of that pattern? And that's how you can make a decision how mad or whatever you want to do in life with whatever.
So we just breaking girl code. And this is how we gonna handle stuff. What? I'm just to wrap it up, we just breaking girl code because what Wendy did broke girl code. But maybe if we start, she is a good friend, we can get past it. That's what we saying.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying break girl code. I can only say you should stick to girl code. And I mean, obviously you wouldn't want your business out there like that. So. And I would think it's hard for me to say, and I'm not going to have a definitive answer because these are entertainers. Yeah. So that's why it's hard for me to answer.
I'm just going to say just stick to girl code because I feel like that shows your intention because it's almost like natural for you. It's showing what you intend to do. So if you stick into that, if it do go left, now I can understand. Yeah. Because I can be like, oh, you were trying to fight for me, or you were trying to, I can see that. The steps you took to try to still be there for me and support me. So let's stick to girl code.
All right, I agree. I have no qualms.
Intentions, we're gonna work on that.
You're using a lot of good words today.
You are, just like what you been reading, Jasmine. Okay, qualms. What word did you say? Indigenous?
I'm not saying no more words.
Okay, we done, y'all.
All right, till next time.
Bye.